after you!
Don't do anything stupid!
I'll try. All right. Where to now?
Well, we have definitely found ourselves in quite a predicament here at the moment. Obviously, we need to get back over with Ellie, of course, so it's going to be very important that we try to check our surroundings and see if we can't work our way slowly but surely back over to her.
I think I tried over there yet.
Does look like we do have some fallen foes down here. Now we're trying to slowly but surely work our way over back to the surface level so that way we can get some more oxygen real quick. Looks to be a room over there, so I guess we'll venture over there for just a brief moment, check and see if any supplies exist. Does look like a shelf kind of full of a little bit of everything in here. Looks like somebody definitely was stockpiling some goodies. Now, let's actually head all the way back over to the West Tower B1 here.
I need to find a way around this gate.
Well, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of great areas to kind of get around that, unfortunately. Does look like we might actually be venturing a little bit further down. Looks like there might be a point of access potentially over here, so we're actually going to be slowly but surely kind of swimming our way all the way over there, and then we should, in just a few moments, be coming up, hopefully on the other side of that gate.
Damn it, spores. Oh, shit.
Alright, so as we've unfortunately seen quite a bit of movement, I don't think this is the time to be screwing around, so let's pull that shotgun out, just in the off chance that we need to take advantage of it, at least we have it available for us. Now, as we kind of work ourselves through this water, we're going to have to be a little bit careful, considering that we are making quite a bit of noise. Everything so far is looking pretty clear. I'm not seeing a whole lot of movement. I mean, typically following the cable is always a good idea, right? But I think we might hold off on that for a few moments. I don't know if that's exactly
I hate these things.
trying to make a little bit of extra noise here to try to get these ones attracted to us. This does not look particularly good, I think, for our health.
Shit.
So a little while ago, we did see that cable that went down into that other area. So I think we're actually going to need to kind of loop back just a little bit and head all the way back over there. I'm going to continue to kind of make a little bit of extra noise, trying to really attract these things to us. So that way we don't have anything that kind of surprises us, so to speak. Does look like this cable actually ventures a little bit further down into this particular area.
Here we go. Not so much for that. I gotta find Ellie.
Now, luckily, since we had kind of located where we needed to be heading to, we were actually able to kind of skip a lot of the craziness down there. I did hear quite a bit of noise from a lot of different foes, and looks like we also had potentially a bloater down there as well. I could kind of hear him thumping around, making quite a bit of extra noise.
This is good.
Still continuing to kind of check out the area here, checking to make sure we're not missing any useful supplies. Obviously, we want to get back over with Ellie as quickly as we can. And the way to get to Ellie is definitely not to go back down there where the bloater is. So we're going to kind of skip that, so to speak. You see that there's a room over here that we can take advantage of and access. Does look like we were able to find just a few extra survival kind of supplies, but really nothing that was too spectacular.
Finish it! I got it! Nicely done.
You bit?
Not today. You?
Not today. All right. Spread out. Make sure we didn't miss any more of these fuckers.
Now, we do have another gentleman all the way down there, so we're actually going to be basically tiptoeing to victory here. Unfortunately, it looks like there might also be an additional foe that's even further down. Now, in a few moments, this guy actually might be venturing in here, and he's going to quickly find that his friend is no longer with him, which is going to be very heartbreaking. I'm sure he's not going to be particularly happy about that, but ultimately, I don't think his feelings are really the concern of myself. Now, I will say that they were pretty successful at getting that clicker taken out. Now, I don't really know if you could have messed that up too much, to be completely honest, considering that kind of bum rushed it pretty aggressively when able to successfully take it out of commission relatively easily. Now, luckily, we were able to find another full magazine, which is fantastic. Now, we do have to try to take this guy out without alerting anybody, because we don't want reinforcements to come really flying through that door, you know, causing so many issues for us. I'm actually going to try something that I don't normally do. Let's try to throw this at this guy real quick, and I'm going to come in for a little bit of CQB here and choke him out. I figured if we could get just a brief stun on him, I figured that might be kind of a great way to go about getting him taken out, especially as we were going to have to be careful. You know, there's a lot of glass about, you know, there's a lot of objects over here that could have created some issues. And I just did not want to leave things up to chance, especially as we had a very useful bottle that we could have just quickly threw at him. Now, taking a look at some of the area here, it looks like the ladder actually needs to head over here. Always a good sign when you see a curtain kind of drape down. That's usually a good indication that this is probably the path that we need to be taken, and it does look like we're actually going to be able to get over here.
I shot the hell out of that guy, huh?
Yeah, you sure did.
I feel sick.
And you just hang back like I told you to.
Well, you're glad I didn't, right?
I'm glad I didn't get my head blown off by a goddamn kid.
You know what? No. How about, hey, Ellie, I know it wasn't easy, but it was either him or me. Thanks for saving my ass. You got anything like that for me, Joel?
We gotta get going.
Lead the way.
Come on, Joel. That was not the way to handle that. I know that, got a little bit scared there, but come on, she did pretty good. You got to give her some props. Overall, that was pretty good weapon handling, and ultimately she saved our life. I am just a little bit concerned here as we did kind of make some pretty loud noises. I'm afraid that there might be some additional foes that might be nearby. So let's take things a little bit slow, make sure we're nice and methodical about how we go about this. Ultimately, not seeing a whole lot of areas, I think, for them to kind of get over to us, but I do see a little bit of an area that we're going to be able to hug this wall and kind of quickly get over to the other side. See, because Joel was a little hostile there, now things between us are a little bit more rocky than they need to be. That's not really the way to go about this. I know that, he cares. You can definitely tell, there's moments when they kind of bond together and you can feel this kind of father-daughter bondship that's kind of going on. Obviously, after we lost Sarah, that was such a very difficult thing for Joel to undertake, especially by himself. I mean, we don't even know where Sarah's mother was at, or if Joel was, happily married, or if things didn't quite work out, or kind of what the situation was on that front, but definitely don't think that he needs to be as hostile, especially in these situations.
We need to get back out, find that bridge.
Just tell me where to go.
I hate this crap.
See, he says he hates it, but I don't think that's necessarily true. I think he likes to have a companion around. I think he likes to have somebody that's about the age of what Sarah would have been, and I don't know. Could be putting thoughts in his mind here, but I definitely think he's kind of enjoying this a little bit more than he lets on. Now, of course, in terms of supplies, everything's looking pretty good. Let's obviously get this reinforced, just so that if we need to beat some more people into submission, we have that ability to do so. Chapter 4, Improved Durability of Bladed Tools. Knots. When binding one rigid object to another, the use of proper knots and tying techniques is paramount. 1. Tie a clove hitch several inches from the tip of the shaft. 2. Wrap the binding around the shaft at a high tension in a spiral until it sits just below halfway to the tip. 3. Place the blade perpendicular to the shaft, halfway between the hitch and the top. Continuing to see improvements to our melee weapons, which is always fantastic, always a great opportunity to really kind of strengthen our ability to beat either the runners, clickers, or really just people into submission. Obviously not seeing a whole lot of useful supplies this way, some newspapers, clothing. At one time, it looks like people are going to kind of enjoy themselves, but this harsh world has really caused many issues for, I think, the people, but also the people that are also no longer with us, which I guess would be more akin to the runners. My, oh my, what a very gorgeous area over here. It's a shame, obviously not mere mortals would have been able to enjoy this. It would have been relegated for the fancy amongst us, but nevertheless.
All right. Damn, this is easier than I thought. Hey, how about a hand?
You sure you can trust me with that?
Ellie.
Push!
I am.
Push harder!
there, how's that?
Let's go.
Now we're actually going to venture all the way up to the very front here. You want to quickly check things out before we kind of let Ellie get a little too close to us. Obviously, I want to protect her, you know. Ultimately, I know things have been a little difficult between Joel and her, but, you know, I ultimately know that we care, and I think we're going to end up making good decisions as we continue onward with our journey here. And this would be such a very interesting kind of a seating chart here. I feel like if you had some really good, classy friends with you, you could really enjoy those kind of things. But unfortunately, not really something that I think we're going to be able to take advantage of.
Oh, shit. Come here, keep your head down. All right, now, I'm gonna jump down there and I'm gonna clear us a path.
What about me?
You stay here.
This is so stupid. We'd have more of a fucking chance if you let me help.
I am. You seem to know your way around a gun. You reckon you can handle that?
Well, I sort of shot a rifle before, but it was at rats
Rats?
with BBs.
Well, it's the same basic concept. Lift it up. All right, now. You're gonna want to lean right into that stock, as it is gonna kick a hell of a lot more than any BB rifle.
Okay.
Go and pull the bolt back. Grab it right there. Just tug it. There you go. And as soon as you fire, you're gonna want to get another round in there quick. Listen to me. If I get into trouble down there, you make every shot count. Yeah?
I got this.
All right. And just so we're clear about back there, it was either him or me.
You're welcome.